What is up, guys? Welcome to the Comic Hour, a new channel dedicated for comic books, comic book reviews, and all type of comic talks. This is a new channel. Please subscribe and join me in this journey. So, we're reviewing today the new Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 2 that just came out today. And in previous issue of Ultimate Spider-Man, on this one, Ultimate Spider-Man number 1, as you may have forgot, a young Tony Stark gave the radioactive spider to the Peter Parker in this universe, in the Ultimate Universe, because as we know, that Peter Parker didn't have power. The Maker prevented the radioactive spider from biting a young Peter Parker. However, Tony Stark was there to save the day, gave him the radioactive spider, and he used it. And now we're on issue number 2. First of all, I have to say, man, the art is freaking amazing. Chechetto, the artist, amazing work. The coloring, the graphic. I mean, it's all there, guys. It's the colors are bright. The character features, the details, it's there. And of course, the writer, the man, the myth, the legend, Jonathan Hickman. Now, issue number 2, we start on February. I mean, we are February. And Spider-Man with, it looks like a black suit, a black symbiote suit. Well, there's nothing there yet, but he's flying around the city. His kids are just there, reading a Daily Bugle article, sorry about that. And they're reading that, this soup thing is swinging around the city. So the daughter is asking, Dad, what do you think? Peter Parker, of course, ignores it. What do you care what I think, right? That's what he says. And then, here comes Mary Jane. She's going to work, busy, and wishing Peter Parker good luck. Now, Peter goes into the city. He's not used to all these power, but he's getting used to it. He's carrying like buses and trucks and swinging around, and he's just getting used to those abilities that he did not have, because this Ultimate Spider-Man universe he's about, I think he's close to 40, right? He's got kids. He's married to Mary Jane. So he didn't have a lifetime, just like, the previous Peter Parker in the universe 616, the original one. He didn't have those powers, since he was in high school. He had to basically get used to the newfound power at 40 years old, if that is his age. He's, crashing on top of rooftop, he's not used to this power yet. And, we just, he's getting used to those newfound power. Now, he's swinging around the city. He's fighting bad guys. Obviously there's bad guy with I think it's Shocker, but he looks different in this universe. He's, telling Spider-Man that because of him, he's gonna walk away from a life of crime. And Spider-Man, this Peter Parker is obviously he's so gullible because he believes in what this gentleman is saying, Shocker is saying. He pulls out his hand and says, "Oh, anytime, mister." And then Shocker just zapped him completely. And he learns a valuable lesson, I think. The lessons of, not, trusting enemies that you just met. Now, later on, he goes back home, and as Peter Parker does on every universe, he grabs a bite. This time it's ice cream. But all of a sudden, his daughter walks in. May walks in. And she's like, "You're the guy in the article." And he takes off his mask right away. And he says, "This is Dad. This will be our little secret. I just dressed like him, She hugs him. And she tells him that he smells bad. He obviously is her dad, and he's asking her, if he wants some ice cream. And, they talk about not telling mom anything. Now, this was an interesting scene because we move into Wilson, the Kingpin's office, which, in this universe, he owns the Daily Bugle. And guess who's pouring wine? It's very obvious. It is Captain Britain. As you know, Captain Britain got his eyes shut by Stark in Ultimate Universe issue, and that's when Tony Stark and Thor and everybody else, I think it was Thor and Richard Reed, and that's it, and Tony Stark. And this is, it's obvious that Captain Britain can travel through different universes. And, he has a chat with Kingpin. He has a chat with Kingpin in this universe. And is telling him, you better take care of whatever you have in your hand. Because we give you this kingdom, if you want to keep it, be the king of this kingdom. It's kind of like a warning shot telling him that, he better, fix whatever is happening. Otherwise, we'll take your kingdom away. And, Fist is just, he's realizing that, this guy is, he might be the real deal, He's also offended, by the way. Very offended. So that was pretty interesting, and, I guess they could travel through time. Captain Britain could do that. So we catch up with Peter Parker, and there's the bad guy again. He finds the bad guy, and once again beats up the bad guy, Mr. Shocker here. And Mr. Shocker is pleading, "Oh, I have a wife. Please don't kill me. Please don't." And, it's funny because Peter Parker, as we said earlier, he's so fragile, so understandable, so guilty that he believes Mr. Shocker. And Mr. Shocker, of course, tricked him again and zapped him. This superhero thing is kind of tough, isn't it? Now, there's a great cut in that scene because we see the Green Goblin in this universe, which, may I say, looks fantastic. I mean, that armor, that green suit armor, looks absolutely stunning. Obviously, it's it's Harry Osborn, but that cut scene, it's suggesting that he's he's seeing what's going on in the city. He's looking at you, Spidey. And then we cut to another scene where Spidey's having milk, and he's thinking in his head, "Oh man, I might not have what it take to do this superhero job." But then he looks at the fridge on the wall, and there's a letter from May, his daughter. It says, "Dad, I drew a picture of your spider. I hope you like it. You're the best. Love, May." And that gives him the courage to perhaps keep going and keep on being this universe Spider-Man. Now, you know, overall, I think that it was a decent issue. I think that it could have been better, but this is only issue 2, so we're just kind of discovering the players at play. We're kind of seeing, you know, who's gonna be what, who's gonna be in what position, and this issue was entertaining. It was fun. If I give it a grade out of 5, I will give it a 3. A 3 because my God, I have to tell you, the art. It's just, again, it's amazing. I love the art, and I think that the writing is on point, but the art is what makes this universe come alive. And they picked out the right artist for this. Anyway, just thought I'll give you my review about Spidey issue number 2, Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 2. Please subscribe and follow as I am going to do many more comic book reviews. I'm a huge comic book Marvel and DC fan, so be on the lookout for my next video. And please subscribe, share, tell your friends about this new channel, because we are going to be talking about a whole lot more about comics. So thank you for watching my first video, and take care.